Hey guys, it's Randy and it's May 9 today. Joel and I are up here on this 50 piece of property and we just thought we'd shoot you a little video as an update as to what we're doing here. But we can see that spring is finally starting to show signs of coming around because we've got some leaves coming up here on some of these maple shoots. And boy, back home we've got, full grown trees are in leaves already, but up here it's amazing how just 80 miles north, how far behind spring is coming. But now you can really see too the difference between the browse level that these deer are hitting these maple shoots coming out of these stumps versus the one back there. They're hitting this one maybe because it's right along a trail, but that one there is 5 feet tall and they're hardly hitting it. But looking around too, you can see we've got a lot of trees here that are maples that we can hinge cut, so without taking any oaks out. And so that's a good thing. Really easy right now to identify your trees because a lot of different species are in different stages of whether or not they have buds or leaves. And the coloration of the buds and leaves too at this time of year is real easy to distinguish, what tree is what. So one thing we're going to do today is we're up here and we're going to spray some more Roundup. I was here last week and I sprayed some Roundup on some of this grass that we had in this food plot. And so you can see some of it is kind of turned yellow. It's a little stressed, but stuff is still growing. So I got another 3 gallons of Roundup mixture in my backpack sprayer that we took along. So I'm going to hit this again. And maybe next week we'll be able to come in here with some sort of disc drag or something and just kind of break up this soil a little bit, and then we'll throw some seed down. I'm thinking we're probably going to want to plant some oats and maybe some buckwheat. We've got quite a bit of sandy soil in here, so we're just going to plant something in here this spring, let it grow up, and then we'll disc it in, kind of help build that soil up, and then we'll put in our cool season annuals and whatever else we want to hunt over in the fall. The other thing we're going to do today is we're going to go to the east end of the property and we're going to do a whole bunch of hinge cutting. And that's about the only place that there's a lot of trees that we can hinge cut just in one area. So we're going to build some doe bedding areas and some buck beds over there too. But anyway, we're going to walk around. We're going to kind of check out, since there's really no leaves on the trees yet, we can still really see the contour of the property. It's got a lot of rolling hills on it, and we just kind of want to check out to see where we might be able to put some more doe bedding areas and maybe some buck beds, because they like to bed up on some of those rises, and it's going to be a lot easier to see that now and kind of get the whole overall plan as to how this thing's going to get laid out with no leaves on the trees versus 2-3 weeks from now when it's going to be pretty thick. Because boy, when all these maple shoots that are 5, 6, 7 feet tall, when they all got full leaves on them, boy, it's going to be hard to see through this property. It's going to be a lot thicker and it's going to look a lot different. So we're over here on the southwest corner of the property, and as you can see, this is an area that had it was select cut about 4 years ago. I think this is going to be the 4th or the 5th summer after they select cut this thing, and they cut most of the they kept most of the oaks, but they cut all the maples and the popples. And they must have done it when in the winter time when everything was dormant, because as you can see, this is a popple shoot. And it's not coming out of a stump. Like you see a lot of shoots when you cut a tree off, the shoots will come right out of the stump, but these things are just coming right out of the ground randomly all over the place. And that's because these aspen trees were cut when the tree was dormant, like in the wintertime. And so what happens, all the energy from an aspen tree goes down into the ground, into the root system. And then when they cut the tree off, the energy has nowhere to go, so it sends up all these shoots all over the place in the spring. And they just come up randomly all over the place wherever there's a root. And so here's an example. Check this out. Look at this one. This thing is already about an inch in diameter, and this is the 4th year. And the tree that's producing the root that this thing is coming out of is sitting right over here, which is about 4 feet away. And so just randomly all over the place, you've got all these aspen shoots coming up. And so can you imagine how thick this is going to be, you know, later this year? I mean, we got, look at this thing. We've got multiple branches coming off this one, and it's already, what, 6-7 feet tall? I don't know how much taller it's going to grow this year, but it's going to be really thick in here this year. And so with this surrounding properties all the way around this 50 acres being pretty much open park effect woods, you know, this 50 acres is going to be really thick. And so it's going to be, I think, a great place for bucks to come in and hide when the pressure's on. And we're just going to try and manipulate this property to be as hunter friendly as possible. The other thing I kind of wanted to show you was you can see the contour of the property as we look around. You know, we're looking southwest to the corner over here, but then as we look around to the west, you can see that it's kind of a ridge that kind of goes almost all the way around the property. And what we're going to try and do is create a trail for bucks to go past different doe bedding areas as they walk around on the ridge that goes around this property, and it kind of sets up pretty cool that way. So, you know, we got a bunch of maple trees sitting right over here that we're going to hinge cut. We're going to create some bedding over there, and we've got some maple trees right over here that we're going to do, and we're going to make this buck trail, we call it a sneak trail, go past all these bedding areas. And because we got all this stuff, you know, he's going to be in cover the whole time. And I want to show you these maple stumps too. Check this out. So here it is, you know, the 4th year, and you've got some maple shoots coming out of this thing that are already an inch in diameter. You know, and this one's got to be at least 8 foot tall. And then, you know, you've got all these aspen shoots coming out randomly. So between all the stumps of maples and all the aspen shoots, this is just going to be really thickened through here. Just look at all those maple shoots down there with all these buds on it. It's again, it really makes it really simple to identify all the different tree species at this time of year.